Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Supernatural Inc. Network and Mariner of Spirit. I'm Greg, I'm your host, and tonight we have a mixture of people. We have two of our regulars, Kim Baranski and
Hi.
Carol Garcia, and then we have two other people who happen to have been around for a long time off the scene. And one of them is Linda Kruger here. And then we have Danny Botts, and he's somewhere. Let's see if he's here. No, I guess not. So we're going to start out. We'll leave it like this until he gets something squared away. And what we start out to do is I usually go ahead and talk about the people that I support. What the heck happened here? Was that me? No. But anyway, what I usually talk about is the people that I support. And right now we have Autographs, and that's Tim Miley and his lovely wife Lauren, and they do events across the area, and they're basically fundraisers that are done at locations, usually haunted locations, and they'll have like maybe 6 to 8 speakers for 2 days, and they do a great job as far as who they have speaking and the subject matter. And then sometimes they'll have a psychic medium, and she'll go ahead and have a little speech to say and things of that nature. So if you get the opportunity, look up Tim Miley or Autographs on Facebook, and they'll be able to zero you in as far as what's going on with Autographs this year. And I know that it's already halfway done for the year, so they may have 2 or 3 more events before the season's over. And all their money that they collect all go to animal shelters and things like that. So the other part that I wanted to talk about is that the authors. And we have the authors I support are the ones that have been on the show. And they start out with Bruce Holliday, Tobias Wayland, Adam Benedict, Kathy Kressel, Barnaby Jones, Sherilyn Cotter, Dr. Heatherly Langdon, Lynn Monet, Ron Iacovetti, Victoria Munday, our very own, Tony Rathman, Natalie Jones, Patty Negri, Sylvia Schultz, Amelia Cotter, Rex Nielsen, another one of our own, David Sloan, Christina Bloom, D.A.Y. Song, Joseph Hellant, and Dr. Rebecca Foster. So, like I was saying, we have a few people that are on here right now that I asked to come on. Sort of the reason behind it was the fact that we always, we never hear from people. If we do, it's on an email. And we love constructive criticism. And we love people to go ahead and mention us the things that they would like to see be better. And sometimes we get into a situation where, Linda and Dan both have been around for quite some time with me as far as some of as far as our location in town, which is basically the Historical Society. And we all love the fact that, or I love the fact that we have a place right in town that's as active as it actually is. And we've had, well, we were not going to get into that part, but we enjoy it tremendously. And when we have the opportunity to go ahead and say hello, it's done in a very friendly fashion. And there's nobody there that's argumentative, if you want to say, or anything like that. They're usually very, very, very nice. And also at the same time, so that Dan was on the show.
Talking to you.
Dan,
sorry.
Checkmate King 2 to White Rook over. His headphones not working? Maybe not. See if you can hear it. Can you hear now?
I think it's his computer.
Okay.
Say something.
Hello.
You hear me, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures of everybody is going out. They just come and go, come and go, come and go.
Oh, you got an antenna? You have an antenna, or you have cable hooked up?
Yeah.
Now they're back on.
Okay. Well, it's got to be something. Maybe like what you guys said a little earlier. Maybe it's, yeah, that's right. Cross your fingers.
Now they're gone again.
Cross your fingers and just sit tight, because you're on right now, so that everybody can see you. I know that it's when you take people that are close to you and you put them on the show, it's more or less done in a fashion where, you know, the thought I brought up earlier is definitely something that should be asked. So, you know, when I said, you know, is there anything that either one of you have seen when you've been watching the shows? And everybody can answer to up above, Kim and Carol. And, you know, as far as, is there something that you think we should do different? Is there anything that you've seen that you disliked? Things like that. So you just go ahead and start to rattle it off. You know, if you got a list that's 45 pages long, be sure you're a speed reader, because otherwise I'm going to turn you off. So
it might be the headset.
I don't know.
Do you think
screen is freezing? So
I wonder if it's because y'all are both pulling to the same site,
or because we're too close. We're sitting across from one another.
Yeah.
So.
What if you both went off the same machine?
Yeah, just sit side by side.
No, I'd kick him.
You'd kick him and punch him?
That's funny.
Or take turns and tap each other out. Like, you got them for 2 minutes.
Yeah, tag team. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
So when what I had mentioned, is there anything that you've seen over the years that you've watched the show, especially this one, because this is usually the interview show, where the other one is all ITC. So, you know, it's more or less you know, you're working with interviews on people and questions that are asked, and do you enjoy watching things like that?
Linda, you're muted.
There she goes.
There you
That's
go.
okay. I know you've had some situations in the last so many months with the passing of your brother and the houses, and I know that you've said a few things to me pertaining to the situation over there, and you know I would like for you to relate to the people that are watching what your thoughts are.
Well, my brother passed away in January of this year, and um, I'm the executor of his estate, so I'm having to deal with a lot of stuff, and whether it be just stress related or I don't know if I'm wishing for things to happen, um, or if it's just been so weird, so strange. Just a couple of things that I'd like to share would be he he would have made a hoarder proud. Um, he's got a lot of stuff in his house, and as I've been going through things, I'll clean off an area, and then I'll come back to that area, and there'll be a Chinese Fortune 50 slip laying there. Um, some of the messages are very pertaining to me. He always used to call me little sister, and on one of the messages it said little sister on it.
Aw.
And I'm finding them everywhere. I mean, I'll move a piece of furniture and there'll be one under the corner of a table. How they got there, I have no idea. One of the recent things that happened was about a week ago. We've been moving stuff. He had 2 storage spaces, and we've been moving stuff from one storage space to consolidate, so I'd only have one bill to pay. And he used to work up at a factory up in Richmond, Illinois. And the route that we went through that area right past where he worked. And the next day I came back to his house to do some more cleaning and stuff and feed his cats and clean the litter box, that kind of thing. And I went outside to throw something away in the trash can. And I came back in and the TV was on. He has it in an entertainment center, which the screen is right in the middle. You couldn't even see the TV because he had books piled up in front of the TV. I could just see the top. And at the top it said HTML1, which is, I don't know if you're familiar with that. If you have like a Roku, you want to switch from regular TV to a Roku, there's 2 channels that you can switch on the remote. And I could not figure out how to turn off the TV. So I took all the books and everything that was in front of it, and I found the power button on the TV. Pushed the power button, wouldn't go off. I'm pushing the power button. Nothing's happening. It's still on. So I literally had to go and turn the TV sideways and find the cable and yank it out of the wall. I couldn't get back in back of it to unplug it because it's, pressed up against the wall. So I had to, yank it. And it's finally off. Another thing happened, this was a couple months ago. We went to the cemetery because I've been under so much stuff, I hadn't been able to grieve yet, okay? And so I told myself, I got to get out to the cemetery, and I was upset because I couldn't find his grave. They threw grass seed down, the grass seed came up, and I couldn't find it. I knew about where it was, but I couldn't find it. And luckily, the curator of the cemetery was there with his crew, and he came and asked, can I help you? And I told him, the situation. I'm trying to find my brother. Well, text me his name and when he was buried, and I'll go back and look at the records. Well, he did that. Fast forward, the next day, he texted me the information. We found the gravesite, and my brother used to like to drink gin on occasion, okay? And right next to it was a, what do you call the tree that they get the little berries off to make gin? I can't remember offhand right now, but there's one growing right next to where his headstone is going to be. And I just kind of joked. I said, "Hey, Bob," I said, "you couldn't stay away from the gin, could you?" And,
Yeah.
and I just, it took it with a grain of salt, went back to the house, and he had a little speaker, and I believe it was an exterior speaker to his computer. And I'm sitting in the living room, and all of a sudden that thing goes pop.
Juniper berries.
Yes, that's it, a juniper tree. Yes. And thank you for that.
Thanks, Siri, for that.
Yeah. But anyway, it just weird things like that. And that thing stayed on, and on that speaker, there's a volume button. You cannot turn it off, okay? Physically, you have to unplug it to turn it off. You can turn the volume down so low, and you can turn it up, and then there's a squelch button on the other side. And that thing, I sat there and I was going through paperwork and shredding stuff and this and that. That thing was popping like for 3 hours, popping on and off. And every time it'd do it, I'd ask, I'd see if, he would communicate with me. Pop. I'd hear it again, and I just, it's just stuff like that that I just cannot explain. Things happening. And like I said, I started out with a little small glass cup to put the Chinese fortune cookie messages in. And now I'm up to a canister about that tall. And I mean, they are packed in there. That's how many I've found. I never knew we had Chinese food that much.
He had the whole system figured out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Knowing your brother, that fits to a T.
Yeah.
Linda, it's funny that you say that. I actually have a fortune cookie right in front of me. And it says, "Love is the path to a joyful heart."
Wow. Yep.
This one popped up in my house, and I don't know where it came from, because I don't really. I stopped eating those fortune cookies a while ago.
Yeah. It's strange how things like that happen. I mean,
it's amazing.
Was it that they were that old, or you just ran out of them?
No, I've been throwing them away anytime we get them. Because
you get too many of them.
That's really beautiful that you're receiving all of that, and it's definitely coming from him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. It gives you some comfort, right?
It does.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, I'll be like doing something and I'll be so focused on doing that. And then all of a sudden I'll look over and there'll be one laying on the table. So I pick it up and I'll read it. And sometimes it just says something so funny and so poignant to, something he would either say or do. And, I just bust out laughing, and so I am getting comfort that way.
Yeah. It's interesting how they know exactly when to interject themselves, and you see their sense of humor come through so clear.
Yes, absolutely.
I actually do, like when I light incense, for some reason in this room, it doesn't go up to the ceiling. It lingers very low.
Huh.
I just noticed that, like a month or so ago, and I started taking pictures of the smoke, and I could see my brother and my nephew who have transitioned in the smoke.
Wow.
It's amazing. I know that they're here all the time, in and out,
Yeah.
Most of my family has passed, so I know that they're always in and out of the house.
Yeah.
And like my grandmother, I smell her perfume. Or I'll, like, for whatever reason, she used to crochet like those very delicate doilies that people used to put on
the
their
lacy
furniture.
Ones.
Yeah, and out of the blue, one will be out in the room, and I'll be like, "Where the heck did that come from? I haven't touched those in years."
Yeah. Yeah,
it's very
really
strange.
Bizarre how things like that happen.
Yes. My dad, not as much. He comes and goes, but he doesn't and I could feel that he's here, but I don't really get that many signs from him.
Yeah. Well, so far I take that back. He was married and divorced, and they got along better together when they were divorced. She had her townhouse, he had his house. So on the weekends, he'd go over there and they'd watch TV and make dinner and so anyway, I've been over cleaning out his stuff from the townhouse, and Carol had started a drawing class. She went to school.
Miriam's getting in on it.
I'm sorry.
There's if you see the lights behind Kim,
Okay.
they're all hooked up so that if a spirit wants to go ahead and reply to something in the conversation, they'll go ahead and light up.
And she likes to trash talk men, and she'll get in on the sappy family conversations. So she's probably in heaven back there.
So anyway, I was over at the townhouse, and I really liked this drawing that Carol drew. And it was on the second floor, going up the stairs, and right on the wall in front. And I thought, I'm going to do something with that. As a tribute to her, I want to do something with it. So I took it off the wall, and I turned around, and I proceeded to walk down the stairs. And I just got on the second step coming down, and I felt a push on my back, my lower back, just like a push. And I said, Carol, I'm going to do something really nice with this. And I felt that was Carol. That was her, and ever since then, I haven't had any, issues over at the townhouse. But that time, I mean, it gave me goosebumps, because it was like I felt somebody
Wow.
push. So,
Spirit is really funny at times, and sometimes they get a little ornery.
well, she could be. I don't want to, speak ill of the.
Do you think that's how
But-
she came across at that time? Or did she want to get your attention?
I think she was trying to get my attention. I really
She was
do.
probably wondering what you were doing with the picture.
Yes. And I like I said, I turned around and I told her, I said, Carol, I'm gonna, do something really nice with this, because I don't know, I don't think she would have minded me taking it, And then another thing, I mean, she had a lot of cats, not all at once, but throughout her life, and she had them all cremated. So I'm trying to find out what I should do with these, because I don't want to just throw them away,
Right.
And I don't know if that's something that I could take to like the cemetery and spread the ashes, around, or that would
It
be.
depends on your state.
Yeah. Okay.
How about making a little memorial garden
Yeah, I thought about that too.
and literally planting them?
Yeah, I was gonna maybe take them back to Bob's house and do that, because there is like a little rock garden in the back.
There you
go. So
pick up a rock and make a hole and plant them one at a
I'd
time.
be really happy with that, I would think.
I hope so.
Especially if you had the names associated with the holes.
Yeah. I just don't know what the neighbors are going to think.
What they don't know.
It's just a cat.
Yeah.
What they don't know won't bother them.
Right.
Yeah.
Down in Key West, in Hemingway's house in the backyard, because when he moved in, there was one cat. And today there's a herd of cats that's grown. And what they do is every time a cat will pass, that they will take paw print and put it in a like a plaster type
Mhm.
thing. So there's this walkway of all these cat prints,
Oh, that's neat.
and they have their names. They wrote their names in it too, so that whatever the cat's name was, so the people that have been back there numerous times can go and see that
Mm-hmm.
and actually know that, oh, you remember that one? That was Spot or whatever his name is. And they can go ahead and go along with that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, Greg,
Especially,
you've got somebody. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You've got somebody in the chat saying hi to you.
oh, that's Steve Hodgson. He used to be up in southern Indiana, him and his wife, Jen, and they were part of the Psychics Unite group. And now Jen's working as a nurse, and Steve's retired. And I hope you're doing good too, Steve, by the way. I thought I'd better mention that to be sure. And I'm glad you guys all came on tonight to say hi, and it's wonderful to have you here. As far as the other parts are concerned with the paranormal are concerned, you've seen some things that have transpired in a certain area, and I'm not going to say the name of the place anymore because I don't think we need to.
Oh, is Danny backstage?
No,
Because he dropped off a while ago.
she might be back. But anyway, good. He says he's doing great. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. There she's back on.
I don't know.
Oh boy, you got to fix your phone line there or whatever it is, lady.
Oh, this is my computer.
It's your computer.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I was trying to find the chat on the screen, but I can't.
The gentleman I was talking about I've known him for quite some time, from the beginning of the Psychics Unite group.
Okay.
And they were from southern Indiana, and they were a great couple, and they moved down to Florida, and now Jen has her nursing license and everything, so now she's doing nursing.
Oh, nice.
And she's a go-getter. She never stops. She was a psychic medium and does quite a lot of work, and is very, very good at what she does.
Yeah, we can always use more nurses, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think about Danny's issues with the computer?
He's trying to set his computer up over.
Tell him whatever he's doing. Don't lick the wires. Okay.
Don't what?
Don't lick the wires.
Definitely don't put him to his tongue. It's not like a 9-volt.
No, it's not. It's not.
Linda, I have a question for you.
Sure.
The things that started happening in your brother's home, how long after he passed did they start occurring?
That's a good question. Probably about 2 months after he passed.
Okay.
I'd say. I don't know if I let myself be aware more.
Mm-hmm.
He may have been trying to communicate.
Even before?
Yeah.
Yeah. I because my brother passed about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And in the beginning it was so hard, and with the grief, that it took a long time before I started seeing things from him. I think it was because I was blocking it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Well, Carol, did you continue to see other spirits and things like that and just block him, or did everything kind of shut down?
No, just him. even different. We used to watch a certain TV show every week, and then we would talk about the episodes. And that whole season, I've watched it over and over and over again, and for whatever reason, that whole season I can't remember it. At the time that he passed,
Yeah.
it just won't. It won't absorb.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's very strange.
He's got 2 cats, and
Aw.
I'll be sitting going through paperwork, whatever, and all of a sudden I'll look over at the cat, and the cat's head will go like this, and there'll be nothing there.
Oh, he's there. He sees them.
Yeah, right. I mean, I can't physically see anything, but and that happens all the time. Or
They
they'll
definitely
run-
see on a
running
different,
towards- yeah,
like,
they'll go
wavelength
running
type
towards you and
thing.
just stop and just stare.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I fully believe that cats can sense things that we cannot,
Yeah.
even
Oh, yeah.
fathom.
I hope it doesn't make everybody go out and want to buy a cat.
Why not?
Hector is
No,
offended by
I'm
that.
just, I'm just kidding. Buy a little,
Your dog is so cute.
little puppy, but she's got how many of those little ones you got now?
Of the littles, I've got 5. Well, what do you call little?
That size.
This size, I've got 4 of this size. I've got Hector, 1, Penny, and then Natasha. She's this size, but she's 35 pounds. And then I've got my 2 bigs. I've got my Pitty Girl, and then I've got my Corso. So I've got a total of 6.
And mine.
Sorry.
No.
That's
She's
okay.
wanting to argue.
That's okay. She can say.
Yeah, I've got 2 Jack Russell Terriers, so they keep me going.
Kim actually fosters the dogs.
Nice.
And yeah, she really does a lot of work with animals.
I'm a failed foster mom. I can't do that.
Me either. It would break my heart to let them go.
Yeah, I just had a foster fail not too long ago. She passed on me. Her name was Poomer, and she was 18. And ooh.
Aw.
And then before that, it was Dude. Oh God, we don't even want to talk about Dude.
Don't bring up Dude.
No.
I miss that little man.
Yeah.
They become like your babies,
Yeah. You get attached to them.
Well, you
Yes.
saw how far Dude came while I had him. He wasn't even
Yes.
walking when I got him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still hear him tippy tapping around in here.
I actually, my daughter and I were away recently in Colorado, and I have some cameras around the house, and my camera in the living room alerted that there was movement, so I opened it up, and as I looked there, I could see my cat, who had passed. He was laying on the back cushion of the couch.
Wow.
Normally, I see him by the front door. But that day, he was all stretched out on the top of the back cushion where he would lay when he was still here.
Wow.
I thought that was really amazing that
Yeah.
I captured that, or he showed himself for me to capture it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Wow.
Oh, and another thing to mention, not that you understand what I'm going to say, but I mentioned briefly about Howard Petrie. And Howard is pretty much one of the people that's in charge of the network between him and Emmy. And it's turning into be are you alive and well now, sir?
Yep, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear him? Oh,
Hello.
Does he have a microphone and speaker built into the laptop that he's using?
yes. Yeah.
I wonder if it's the headphones that's causing a little bit of a difficulty.
That's what I'm wondering too.
Yeah,
We're-
It looks like the Brady Bunch.
yeah, it is. It is.
We should start reaching through this. Well, wait, I guess it'd be that way to go to Greg.
No, actually, on my screen, you're pointing at me when you did that.
Okay, now on my screen, I'm pointing at you.
Yeah,
Now I'm pointing at Greg.
No, Greg's the
Now
other
I'm
way.
pointing
Oh,
at
it's
Linda.
right there.
And
Nope,
Carol
that
is
way.
there.
And where's Danny go?
He keeps popping in and out. I don't know what it is.
I wonder
He's like a magic man.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to call him Magic Man from now on.
Magic Dan.
Magic Man.
Just won't
The
let-
Magic Man.
StreamYard won't let me.
He's saying StreamYard won't let him come in.
Yeah.
He was
Darn
just
that
in though.
StreamYard.
I know. He pops in and out.
Is he going
Huh.
through the link or is he copying and pasting the link? Sometimes.
Are you going through the link?
Oh, guess that's not going on.
Yeah, she just went off, didn't she?
Yeah, that's Miriam, I think.
Rachel's getting all excited over the lights back here. She's like, oh, she just went off. There's Miriam.
Well, how you know the one?
She's like, you know that.
She likes the conversation.
Marianne?
Yeah. If we start trash talking Greg, she'll really get fired up.
Hmm
Thank you.
She's funny.
StreamYard.
Yeah, it's saying it wants him to join StreamYard.
No.
Curses, StreamYard.
I wish I could go ahead and send him another link.
Can
Yeah.
we try to go in on his phone?
But if I do that, then I'm going to
gotta
go
flip
ahead and I might screw this whole broadcast up by
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Now,
It's a delicate balance.
yeah, you never can tell what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
I think he needs a new computer too.
Don't mess it up. I'm watching it on.
He said he's watching it.
I can find
okay,
it.
well,
There
I
you
hope
go.
you're enjoying it. You're probably, there's no pressure on you. You sit back and watch it.
Yeah.
If you got a sandwich
Type
or
in the
anything
chat.
to eat while you're watching it, and make it a little more
My
appealing.
son's getting ready for drill tomorrow. He says we're keeping him entertained while he's polishing his boot. Because he's
That's
got
funny.
drill tomorrow. Hector
It's-
says
it's-
hi, Aaron.
It's really neat to have you on, okay, both of you, and
Thank you.
you guys have been around for a long time with me, and you put up with a lot of and
I'm wearing pants tonight. I'm
I
sorry.
what?
I had to say that. Are you wearing pants tonight?
yes, I have pants on. You see, there's another lady that's on the show that's talking about me not wearing pants, and I don't know how the rumor spread. Obviously, for everybody in the chat, it's not real. They're making this up. Somebody's paying them to say this stuff.
Okay, but if y'all
I
want,
just resent the link to Danny.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Thank
Hopefully
you.
you can use
Yeah,
that
he's-
to come in.
hanging in the peanut gallery out here.
It's certainly not me because I always wear pants.
Well, according to what we get on the Estes, you tell us all to put our pants on enough
Well, it
or
depends.
check our bloomers.
Check your bloomers.
Yeah, what was it a couple of months
You
ago? It was
don't-
like
you
check
don't
your
wear
bloomers or
bloomers.
something. It was pretty funny.
None of my ladies
Pull up your
wear
bridges.
bloomers. Pull up
Pull
your
up your
britches, right?
britches.
And we both said the same thing that night
Yeah.
while we were both under at the same time.
Yeah, Greg and underdrawers have been a theme every once. I mean, he'll get on that theme every once in a while. It's like, who are you talking to, Greg?
That's a food kick.
Hey, Mom, I think some lights are getting Penny all excited.
Since we were up in northern Wisconsin and we were talking a little bit about, I don't know if you've ever seen this picture or not, Linda, but this was the place. This was when it was first built.
Mhm.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
And that's called the Waldheim. And that was where I would do all my work when I was up there at night. And I would go up there at nights after we'd be done doing everything and the campfire and everything. and I'd take my gear and I'd go in there and I'd do whatever I could and talk to Harry. And that's Harry's place.
Okay.
And the last thing that I got before he actually went ahead and they tore it down was I think I told you guys that I got the word hernia, which made all the sense on the world as far as him getting up on the day of his wedding and going down to the mill. And he had to go meet these guys because there was an issue, and they would run those big logs on chains, through the place, and he had to go through the chain or through the logs as they were moving.
Ooh.
And evidently he missed one, and it was coming at him, and he couldn't duck out of the way, or he couldn't move out of the way. And when he said hernia, I know because of friends of mine that, you could pretty much put up with anything, but the pain of a hernia and you trying to get out of the way of a moving log.
Wow.
So he literally got his pumpkin squashed.
Ooh.
And that in itself, and the last 2 days we were up there, we were so busy, I wanted to get over and talk to the previous owner, the guy that owned it until he sold it off. And he's still up there, and he's right, not two lots down. He has his house right in the curve in Star Lake. There's a curve in the road that goes up, and his house it's like a dollhouse. And
wow.
I wanted to go ahead and talk to him about that, but I wanted it, and now I feel like I have to make another trip because I don't want to do it. He's gone again.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to do it on the phone. I want to go ahead and do it so I can see him.
Right.
Because I'm interested in the expression he gives off. Because I think he knows more than he leads people to believe. He's been around. He was around Harry from when he first.
Hello?
You
sleeping?
Who's sleeping?
Nobody.
Anyway, that's the part I wanted to know, and I wanted to talk to him about. And everybody's still, the guy that knocked it all down, he's sort of been ostracized, and nobody will help him out, do anything because of what he's done to the area. So.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
It was really sad. It was probably one of the worst things that I've experienced up there. There's no way.
Yeah.
And now, it's a lot of times up there, what they'll do is if the people die off and the resort is left, what they'll do is they'll practice their firefighting skills at the firehouse. And they'll go out there and they'll actually control burn the building down.
Right.
And the one that I knew where we stayed at this other one a long, long, long time ago. And it was almost like an octagon shape on the outside all the way around. And the fireplace was in the very middle of it.
Oh, I bet that was neat.
And it was a huge fireplace. And that fireplace is still standing today. Everything else has been totally gone.
Yeah.
But I went over there with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law. We were out driving around, and I says, well, let's go back over by Reisman's. And we went up there and there were two sisters that worked there that owned it. And one of them she's about 6'3". And I don't know how much she weighed, but she would, and the other sister was smaller, a lot smaller, like 5'5". And when they would make the meals, and the older one would serve all the tables, and they would serve the tables. And if you had a special event, like if somebody had caught a muskie, you'd have a star on the table. So there was one year that I had a star when I was young.
Oh, neat.
And I can remember that they always went ahead, and the older one was there, and she would go like this, and she'd fold her arms, and she would watch the kids eat. And it's like, you better eat those waxed beans. It's like
every one of them.
my kids would sit there and just stare at her. It wasn't a good combination.
That's when you wish that there's a dog that you could feed them to.
Yes,
when you don't like those vegetables.
And then there's other darn it, Danny.
He said he entered the link that I sent him and got the same results.
Yeah, he kept kicking him out.
Strange.
Yeah. I think it's his computer. He can't get any more updates loaded onto it. It's like
how old's the computer?
It's very old. Yeah.
Could very well be.
Like a Windows.
Is the headset new?
No.
Yeah. No, he had that. He used to use the headset when we were when they were on quite a while ago now. Maybe how many years?
Yeah,
A couple years, probably.
headset's fine.
Yeah, he said the headset's fine.
Yeah, what browser is he
the
using?
computer might be too old for the newer type of equipment that you're attaching to it.
Or, the processing.
Right.
If it's not up to date, it won't process.
Right.
Might be time for Dan to go to Best Buy.
Yeah, we keep talking about that, but
Well, they're doing some really good back to school sales right now. Danny, what browser are you using?
What browser are you using?
It runs best in Chrome.
Yeah, I think that's what he uses.
Chrome?
I think that's what he's got.
Clear the cache, run it in Chrome. Yeah. But by the time you walk out of the store with a computer, it's already old. It's just like a car. I mean,
so do you have any questions about Spirit?
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe Spirit account.
Well, my REM pod died. I need to get me a GoFundMe account going. Mount Sequoia blew out my REM pod. So I'm going to get one because.
You see what Danny just put there? GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Yep. Send you the cash.
Cash.
While I was away this past week, we were in Colorado, and it was so hot that it melted the faceplate off my S-Box.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't show you my Inkbox S.
I was so shocked.
My little thing here melted on my Inkbox S. I had remelted to get it back down the other day.
Wow. It was so hot. It was 108 degrees there the one day. Yeah, I'm not used to that. And that dry heat. I should have never left it in the car.
You can't breathe, and then you got the altitude.
They have snow in the mountains already, don't they?
Yeah, some areas do have snow.
Yeah. Wow.
But where we were, it was so hot.
See, heat index here is running 107, and we're running at like 60-something% humidity. So it's like being in a lobster pot down here.
Ugh.
You know, I bought that bed the other day. What was it? I bought an antique bed, totally not haunted bed. What was it, a week ago? It's still rolling around in my car. I've got the rails right between the two seats. It's just too hot to move it.
Ooh.
That thing's going to be there till Halloween. I'm going
Now,
to put it right with my totally not haunted pictures I bought the other day.
Kim's in Arkansas,
And it's hot.
so
Satan.
that'll give you a little
Butt crack.
idea of, you know, where she.
I'm in Jersey.
Okay. I'm 10
But
minutes.
we had that heat wave here too last week. And a lot of rain, a lot of storms.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain, a lot of heat. The rain has kind of kept it a little bit cooler. You know, it'll get up to like 85, 88, somewhere around there, but the humidity is just,
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm kind of hating on you right now. 85 and 88, I would kill for that. I mean, I think at 2 in the morning, we're running 85 and 88. I'm so cheap, I don't run my air conditioner half the time. And I think that's about, yep. My husband just said he's in Kentucky, but he said Arkansas, the sweat of the devil's butt crack. Well, you know, poor old Victoria, she's down in Texas. She's dealing with the same thing.
Yeah. And it's very dry there.
Yeah.
I would rather have dry heat any day.
I liked the dry heat, but I didn't like the altitude. It was very hard, heavy breathing there.
Yeah, if you're going high altitude, you need to be taking iron a couple of months beforehand. That's the only way I survived Montana, because I would get so sick when I would go to Montana.
I didn't know that. I should have done that.
Yeah, and I worked there for, oh gosh, off and on probably 2 years. And when I knew I was taking an assignment in Montana, the minute I found out, I'd hit that iron and start taking iron and building up my red blood cells so that I could oxygenate.
I would love to be in Montana right now.
I was in Bozeman and I loved it.
Oh yeah, Bozeman is nice.
I'd drive out and go to Highlight Canyon, over to Livingston for the Stampede. Oh my gosh, it was just incredible.
My kids go out to Montana. They're horseback riding, you know, and I get the T-shirt when they come back.
Yeah. We had, you know, Bozeman's a college town, but it's also kind of beansy, grainsy, artsy, fartsy.
Yeah.
It was amazing all the people that we would see at the co-op on Saturday morning. I mean, it was just beautiful Hollywood types.
Yeah.
And they called it Bosangeles. And you know, Justin Timberlake had a place there. John Mayer had a place in Livingston, which was about 30 miles away. John Travolta, I think, would cruise through occasionally. I mean, it was pretty cool.
He had enough property to go ahead and take his jet airplane off on.
Oh, well, they had it was in Belgrade, which was the next town over.
Was it?
They had a little airstrip there. Yeah, it was. I took a commercial flight out of there when I had to go down to San Antonio. When my son finished basic training, I flew to San Antonio. Now, it wasn't full service by any means. I mean, it was. It was like 2 gates, and that was it. And they had a beautiful big fireplace in it, lit up. I mean, it was beautiful. I could sit at the airport there for hours. It was gorgeous.
What we can do with your brother's house is, I didn't talk to her, but I saw Ashley the other day when I was at the dentist office. And Ashley was one of the girls that was at the museum.
Okay.
With us, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. And we could do some work out there.
That would be
All
great.
I have to do is get a hold of her and set up, and you know, between you and Dan, go ahead and come up with something. You know, now I'm going to be gone in the middle of September again to go to Canada. Okay. So, you know, it would have to be before that or after that.
Okay.
But I think
Good, because I'm
I
still.
think that I think it would be worth the effort. I think
Oh
because
yeah,
I think we actually do have contact,
yeah, I do too.
and
And I
you
think
know,
Bob would approve. He
I
really
I
held
I
high regard.
I think he would probably go ahead and really go ahead and communicate, just like he's communicated with you. You know, which is pretty cool.
Kim,
If
have you had that with anybody in your family?
I haven't had a delay. You know, I get my abilities on picking up on people are so weird. I don't know if it's
the
family
lights
or clubhouse.
the lights just went off when you it said weird. You said weird.
I am weird. We know that it is well established, and if you're a family, you know. But my grandmother floats through ever so often. Now, it did not take a long time for her to start doing that, but she disappeared for a while and then didn't pick back up until about 15 years ago. She died in it was July 15th, 1981. And she told me the day before she died, I was 10, almost 11. She called me up. She was in a nursing home. She's like, I'm going to die tomorrow. She told me exactly how it was going to go down. And she went out, lit up a cigarette, and went out in a blaze of glory. And the next night, or 2 nights later, when she came back through to me, I had a little day bed. This was very much the 80s. And I woke up and she was sitting at the foot of my bed. And she kind of went, shh. And I was like, oh my gosh, she really showed up. Cool. And this is the one that helped me when I first started realizing I could do something. And I said, I got to go get mom. And she's like, please don't. It'll scare the hell out of her. Just don't. But I'm okay. You've got to get the rings. You've got to get the rings. And I had no clue. Well, I mean, I knew what she was talking about, but I was like 11. And she told me where her rings were at that I needed to get. And I had to wait a while. I had to wait about a year or two to get those daggum rings because they were hidden. But I got the rings, and as soon as I got the rings, she disappeared. But now I smell her in my house all the time. I smell cigarette smoke. And okay, this is gross, but everybody has their own fragrance. She used to wash her face with Noxzema, which, you know, has a fragrance. And she used to wear Avon Sweet Honesty perfume. That is a winning combination, y'all. For anybody in the audience that doesn't know what it smells like, you are quite lucky. Okay? Trust me. But every once in a while, I will catch that. And I mean, you cannot mistake it.
Right.
And the cigarette smoke. But I got the rings, and they do not come off my fingers.
Nice.
This was her wedding ring, and that was my great grandmother's wedding ring. And my dad had hidden them. He was not the nicest person, and he had hidden them from my mom. And my grandmother told me where to find them, and I had to wait till until I was old enough, and he was gone long enough. And I found them. He had shoved them midway into a room under some carpet, and midway in, like he'd rolled the carpet back. And I found them in a little coin purse right where she told me they'd be.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's neat. Neat story.
But now I've got Mary right here.
I wanted to share something Danny wrote down. He wanted me to convey this to you all. With the 2 storage units that my brother had, he had half of them were World War II models in a box. He was collecting them. I think he wanted to open up a hobby store. The other half of the 10 by 10 storage unit was car parts, cylinder heads, carburetors. I think I've got 19 carburetors, mufflers, everything for a car. Okay. So we were moving the car parts to the other storage unit as we were loading them into the truck. Actually, this is when he was loading them from the pallet onto a cart. And so I'm just going to read what he wrote. He said, when the cylinder head fell on his arm, which it did, it tore like the first couple layers of the skin off. of his arm. That was 2 weeks ago today. He left the bandage on and he took it off, and he said the hole where it was scraped left a perfect heart on his arm.
Wow.
It was like, it was Bobby's car parts, but it was like he was saying he was sorry, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. But it was a perfect heart shape.
Wow.
Ask Danny if this is something that he always wanted, was a heart on his arm.
Wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Did you always want a heart on your sleeve? Wait, let me mute it.
He's going to swear.
He said not for Ford parts.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Down the road
That's
again.
funny.
Oh.
So are you saying Ford will not be sponsoring this show?
That's for sure. But that is, it's that kind of stuff that really makes it.
Yeah.
It makes it all work out.
Yeah.
I wish I got more family. I just get random people, but I tend to bring totally not haunted items into the house, and that's where I get my little tag-alongs.
Yeah.
I'm teaching Rachel back here how to play haunted, not haunted at the thrift shops.
Only Chevys. Josh
So
said 6 are repaired daily.
So have you guys been over to the other historical society? Are they opened up? Or are they still closed? Fox Lake.
We haven't been there in a while. I don't know. I haven't talked to Tina or anything, so I don't know what's going on. I think they're still open like on Sunday afternoons.
Okay. You got Ellie and Eddie. What did he say?
Danny said he totally parted ways with Fox Lake.
Oh, he did?
Wait, why did Aaron say you've got Ellie and Eddie?
Elle and Eddie. Elle is a spirit that has been with Aaron. That's my son since he was a baby.
That's my brother and sister-in-law's names.
Well, Elle comes through. She has been with him since he was a tiny baby. I remember seeing her in his room when he was like still on the bottle. And then Eddie is a Civil War soldier. He picked up a trunk at a Civil War reenactment. It was Eddie's trunk. And we know the trunk really did belong to a soldier named Eddie. And Eddie travels with that trunk and he patrols. So whenever things get rough here at the house, I've got that trunk over here, or I'll bring the trunk over. Eddie will patrol the backyard all night long.
Wow.
So like when we had that skinwalker trouble, stuff like that, I got the trunk and brought it over here, and I was driving home with it, and I was cruising down the freeway doing about 80, and I had the trunk sitting in the back seat, and I looked in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, oh, shit. Because sure enough, there's Eddie, and I'm just like, oh, crap. And I texted Aaron, and he's like, yep, he'll do that to you. And
You're going 80 miles an hour. He never went 80 miles an hour in his whole entire life.
Oh, if he's been with Aaron, he has. I can guarantee it. But Eddie, we see Eddie as an older man and a younger man. So we pick up on Eddie as both his younger self and his older self.
Wow.
Which is really cool. And Eddie likes to play with the dogs. And Elle, we think she's older, but she presents as a child. And Elle and Eddie at Aaron's house, you can hear them running up and down the hall like playing tag.
Wow.
Like Eddie will chase her and she'll giggle and run, and you can hear the little footsteps and stuff.
That's really great.
Do you know Eddie's last name?
Aaron, do you know Eddie's last name? I don't know that he ever found out. That he really wasn't even supposed to have that trunk. He was at a reenactment. It was like the last day. They were starting to close everything down. He cruised up to this lady's booth, and it was buried like under everything to the back. And he's like, what's that? And she's like, well, I really didn't want to sell it, but I kind of wanted to have a good home, and it's like it needs to be with you. And there was some silverware in there that had, I think it had Eddie's initials or name or something engraved on it. She wanted to keep the silverware because she was so torn at parting with the trunk.
Right.
So he bought the trunk. He used to, but he doesn't anymore. But the lady kept the silverware and he kept the trunk. And the trunk it's like enough to hold a uniform. It's not a huge like steamer. It's like can fit on a wagon with other people's. But
Right.
Eddie will whistle, and I've heard him over here. And one night I had the trunk over here, and I've got a British soldier. He goes along with an old British Enfield that we have, and I had Eddie and Major, and I can't tell you on the air what we call him, but we'll just call him Major. It's a little profane, and he likes it. He's British, and it's the F word that he yells through the boxes at us all the time. But they were whistling, and I heard boots half the night. I don't know if they had to have been aware of each other, but it was the funniest thing. I felt very well protected that night because all I could hear was boots all night long, just thump, 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 up and down the hall. And then
You
like
brought the trunk in when you were having problem with this skinwalker?
I had it for the skinwalkers, and then I had it for something else. I can't remember if Aaron maybe was doing like a major cleanup at his house or something. And he didn't want it to get messed up because we're pretty protective of that trunk. I mean, that trunk is one of those that if I had to choose one thing to get out of a house in a hurry, that trunk would be it.
I remember seeing the skinwalker
Mhm.
and the man in the corner by your fence there, the one that was really large.
Yeah.
We have a very active property,
Yeah.
and a lot of it is not good. And yeah, Maddie, that's my daughter-in-law. Eddie is a protector, and he is ferociously protective. He's protective of my granddaughter, of Maddie. He's really protective of animals, women, that kind of thing. And I mean, he's like a little pit bull. I mean, if I have problems with skinwalker flaring up, it's like, give me the trunk, bring it on. He really, and he is a strong energy. My Lord, he is strong. And Elle or Ellie, I call her Ellie, Aaron calls her Elle, and we don't know if her name is Elle or Elizabeth or if it started with the letter L. We don't know. So she's just Elle. She shows up on investigations. We'll sit there and try to be listening through the boxes, and then she'll start yammering through the box, and we're like, girl, stop.
Wow.
I mean, she said, my daughter-in-law says, like, he watches me over my shoulder, and I'll ramble off to him at times and look back and just say, Eddie? And Maddie hasn't seen or experienced a whole lot. So for her to see Eddie, that's pretty awesome. I mean, that to me is exciting. And I know my granddaughter has seen him, and that just makes me so happy.
That made me think of a story when you said that they were running back and forth in the hallway or wherever.
Mhm.
My sister, who lived out in California, well, she still lives out in California, but she rented a place that used to be a brothel back in the 1800s. And there was a staircase that went up to, the bedroom area. And when I went out there after I graduated high school to stay with them for a couple weeks, and she said, you might see some weird things happen around here. It's just to warn you, And one time I was in the bathroom, and I'm doing my stuff in the bathroom. And I just happened to look by the window, and there was a towel hanging on the towel bar, and it slid across the towel bar. And I thought, that was weird.
Yeah.
There was no window open or anything like that. And she also told me, she says, they didn't have like an extra bedroom, so I was sleeping on the couch out there. And she says, you might hear things at night, like footsteps and stuff like that. And I woke up, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, to hear people like walking, and the staircase was creaking going up the staircase to the second floor.
Oh, wow.
Do you
And
feel
that's
like it
all
was
right.
residual or intelligent?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Huh.
You know, and at that time I was 17 years old, so I didn't know, anything like that, So, but yeah, that reminded me of that when you said
This
that.
creaking staircase is in the middle of the night. They'll kind of get you. We were at Malvern
Oh,
Manor.
yeah, it got my
And
attention.
we heard footsteps overhead all night long. And I finally, after about an hour and a half of yelling at it, realized that it was probably residual. But I mean, for a good hour, I'm like, please be quiet. I'm trying to sleep. Needless to say, nobody listened to me.
I have a spirit here that somebody sent, and I told him he could stay as long as he was nice. He actually follows me into the bathroom, which I've asked him time after time after time to not do that. And he whistles in my ear so that I know for sure that I know he's there. But when he whistles, it makes me so angry. I'm like, you're not supposed to be in here. I've told you over and over again not to come in this bathroom.
Toddlers, dogs, and spirits. You cannot get along.
He comes out of this
in the
closet
bathroom.
all the time when we do the Wednesday night show.
Oh,
People
is that
see
who
him
pops
peeking
out?
out of the closet. Huh?
I said, I didn't know that was him peeking out.
Yeah, he likes to peek out of that closet.
See, I get Major in here. I think it's Major about 90% of the time coming in here and touching me during the show, and I just feel this spider web. So half the time you see me doing this throughout the whole session because it's like, yep, see, there it goes right there.
You should haul off and punch him right in the nose.
No, because I want to punch him myself. Because he just comes up and he just like touches, and it's just like, it's like, stop.
Well, that
Whole
time,
cracking an egg on your head.
yeah, that time ran pretty fast.
Oh my gosh, we
Considering
went
we
over
only had-
already.
We only had 5 major breakdowns on the computer. and
That's a good
everything.
nut.
Yes, he does like me. He likes to like pet the back of my hair. He's always touching the back of my head.
You're his pet. His hair.
Yeah, thanks. I'm really happy
He's
about
precious.
Linda, it's been great having you on.
Thank you
And
for inviting me.
Danny, I'm sorry that you had issues, and as soon
Yeah,
as you
maybe-
get your new machine, then you can come back on.
I'll let him have my computer next time.
Yeah. Well, he's in the chat though. He's keeping his company still. He's in the
Yeah.
chat.
But it's getting late already. It's almost
He's just
a
watching
quarter
from the
after.
other side.
that. It was really nice to meet you both.
Are we
Yeah,
gonna stay? Are we gonna stay on in the
a little
back
bit,
for a minute?
a little bit.
So don't hang up when we go out. Just keep
Okay.
hanging.
So everybody, thank you very much for being here. It was great having you all the comments that were made. It was pretty cool. So
Oh yeah, Maddie's first time viewer. She's usually
you-
getting my granddaughter to bed.
and if you have any other questions, you can go ahead and post them to me. Irene was here too.
Yes.
We had a lot of people. Barbara floated in for a little while too. I don't know if she's
Yeah.
still here, but Barbara was here.
Christy from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Aaron,
Going down
Josh,
under.
Maddie, which she's here for the first time. She needs to keep on coming back.
A lady,
Find
by
us on
the,
Wednesday nights too, Maddie. Come on now.
a lady by the name of Kim Baranski was here too.
He's rough. That's a rough one. Oh, Josh was here. Sorry,
Josh
Josh.
was
Sorry
here
about
too.
you.
Say hello to your family. Great people.
Bye,
So-
Aaron. Have a good drill tomorrow.
You guys all have a great evening, and we will see you next week, Wednesday on One Spirit Connect.
Oh, hi,
We
Barbara.
should have a good show then. So, thanks again to
Enjoy
Linda Kruger and Dan Botts for being on tonight, and we will see you all later.
Remember
great
to
evening.
smile.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.